Hello my dear friends, Shurma here. A very warm welcome to my channel and I'm so glad you chose to stop by. Today's tutorial is all about radiant roses in one stroke deco art style. The materials needed for today's project are all listed over here. I start with a watercolor paper 12 inches by 9 inches in size, and I have given it a light shade of olive green and used a plaid stencil to create the background for the painting. So here is the palette for the roses. Permanent rose, cadmium orange, Indian red, deep magenta, medium magenta, salmon pink along with acrylic white. And I'm using a flat brush number 6. Here I'm loading the brush with permanent rose and cadmium orange. So that is double loading of the brush. And before I go on to make the roses, I have blocked a certain area with cadmium orange and Indian red. So this is the first rose in the making. These are the innermost petals of the rose. Here I'm trying to build the center and then I will go on to create the outer petals. Please follow me as I create the radiant roses. And along with that, I will be talking to you about a phenomenal component of just about any living being. And that happens to be our breath. We all know that the most powerful gift of God is the breath of life. We are not breathing alone, and the earth breathes along with us. We are all connected. Breath has a power, and there is a rhythm and flow to it. The breath unlocks the door to spiritual awareness. It is the vehicle through which God provides His presence to us, within us as well as around us. Every moment we inhale, exhale, consciously and unconsciously. And that is true for everything that is living on earth, including the flora and the fauna. The first verse of Rig Veda says, and I quote, Agni mile purohitam yagyasya devam ritvijam hotaram ratnadhatamam. It means, I praise Agni. Agni denotes all kinds of energy, including Pranagni, that is the life force energy, who is the priest performing the sacrifice that is yajna, which is directed towards the Creator, and he bestows us with wealth on physical, mental, and spiritual plane. So profound. I have a very dear friend and schoolmate, Richa Alag. She's a wonderful human being, and this is what she says, and I quote, My breath, I love to be with it. I truly believe that we are not in this world to suffer as long as we are in love with our breath. We will never ever get into any kind of suffering. Now she is a part of a wonderful venture called In Aura. She reaches out to people through her own experiences of life and tries and help people with disease, disorder and distress. Basically taking them back to their breath, because there is where the disconnect happens. She says that during our journey, at some point, a mind takes over and the soul falls behind. There has to be a proper alignment of body, mind, and soul. That is, they need to be in sync with each other. Richa and her In Aura team, they hold workshops, one-to-one sessions, as well as retreats, and they reach out to all those people who need help, and they try and deliver to as many people as possible. They are doing exemplary work in this direction, and to sum it all, I would like to say, breathing is needed to live, and how we live is rooted in how you breathe through life. It's a point to ponder, and I hope that you will definitely agree with me that breathing is the most important aspect of our lives. Let's be conscious about it and be grateful for the life that has been granted to us. Let us be the best we can be. Alright, so I am on the third rose, and this seems to be looking away from us. Hence, it is slightly different from the first and the second one. For the second and the third rose, I have taken more of salmon pink and deep magenta, and at times I have added a bit of permanent rose as well. At this point, I'm trying to highlight certain petals of the second rose, so I'm just adding a bit of white so that those petals stand out. I have to be very careful while doing so that I don't spoil whatever has already been done. Certain times I just use the corner of the flat brush to highlight the petals. So next comes the foliage. So I have deep green, bamboo green and white acrylic, and I'm still using flat brush number 6. I have loaded the brush with deep green and bamboo green and white. That is triple loading of the brush, and I go on to create the one stroke style of leaves. In case you would like to just refresh yourselves with the leaf skills and rose skills, then I would encourage you to visit my past videos. I would be happy to drop some of the links in the description box below. These are the small slider leaves, which is more of bamboo and less of deep green. The sentiment which you see over there, embrace the light within, is handwritten. So I am trying to be careful not to spoil it. Some more larger leaves, and for these leaves I have used a bit of permanent red along with deep green. So you see, it changes the color of the leaf totally. And it is important to have some differences in the color of the leaves because that brings about a lot of interest in the paintings. For these leaves, I have used more of white and very less of deep green. Here at this point I have picked up a liner brush and I'm just trying to fill up certain areas with deep green acrylic so as to bring the florals to the foreground. Look how they pop. These are some lighter leaves again. That is the stem of the third rose. I will go back to the shading part till I'm happy with it. Back to making some more leaves. And that is the main stem of the bunch. Here are some unruly vines sticking out from the bunch, which I am creating with the help of a liner brush. And that's a wrap on today's painting project. Hope you enjoyed watching me paint the radiant roses in one stroke deco art style. Please connect with me on my social media handles and it would be a great pleasure to be in touch with you. I will be back with many more interesting painting videos. Till then, stay tuned. Bye-bye.